Yeah.
all the Brits, and the same with the Europeans and the Chinese and so on. We work with everyone, understand everyone's point of view, and that's a fact.
That's fantastic. And in fact, we can then therefore agree with Mr. Kenneth when he said that Mr. Kenyatta should be allowed to go and clear his name, and then be eligible to run on on the same platform as the other candidates, without having this the elephant in the room, which is the ICC case. So I think we can agree with Mr. Kenneth when he said that during the debate itself. Just kind of moving on to the actual policies that were being discussed. There was education, there was health, and I think the show taker, of the debates was none other than Mohammed Dida himself. I think people give him a lot less credit than what than what he actually had, the way he performed there, because he wasn't just a practical joker in the debate. He was actually speaking sort of from a different perspective, I guess, not real policy, but
I think the way
he
to
had
look
fair
at it
points.
is not to look at him as whether he's a joker or not. It's the fact that he was himself. He represented himself in the way he wanted to represent himself.
Exactly.
It's as simple
Exactly.
as that.
It is. He was totally himself. Totally took the show. Totally won the hearts of probably hundreds and thousands of Kenyans who were watching it at the time. Because let's face it, guys, he was pretty truthful about everything he was saying. He wasn't holding back. He wasn't thinking, oh, this is a serious debate. These are serious candidates. No, he went full out. Said whatever he wanted to say. Kind of went on and on about certain rather queer, aspects of, So, but I mean, it's all good. At the end of the day, as long as he knows what he's doing, it's all well and fair, I guess. And he does have a stronger chance, I think. After the debate, I think that's what the debate did for us Kenyans. It allowed us to judge all candidates, on the same platform, and at the same time give them all a chance to speak their minds and respond to the different questions that were being asked of them. What was your personal response to Dida's kind of candidacy? Do you think he has any chance at all?
Personally, I think he has a very low chances of succeeding. That's honest. But the truth is, he represented the thoughts and feelings of the local people. Kenyans are tired of the politicians who are born in wealthy family. They have experienced wealth the whole of their lives. And Dida comes from a small community. He understands the pains of the local people, and that's what he was standing for. Change, and he represented the people.
I agree. I mean, I fully agree. That's why personally I found his points to be rather strong, and the whole no care attitude, kind of thing. I thought that was fruitful, and that brought some kind of dynamism to the debate in a way. That's something we can
I would actually
appreciate.
like to draw everyone's attention to the other two candidates who I thought actually stole the show. The only other two candidates who I thought actually wanted to put their point across, rather than trying to be just answer the question as limited as you can and be as vague as you can. And that was Paul Mwite and Martha Karua. And I think they answered those questions with what they wanted to answer the questions the way they wanted. They wanted the people to know their feelings and the way they stood on each of the answers. And I think they stole the show in this debate.
On a serious note, yeah, probably I'd say Martha Karua and Paul Mwite were the standout debaters from the rest of the candidates. I'd like to agree with that. Lawrence, what do you think about Martha's stance and everything? I mean, she was one that was, like you, for the local tribunal. She focused a lot on judicial reforms, and not just, in the judiciary, but on other law institutions in the country. And I thought that served, for a pretty strong candidacy on her part. So would you think Martha would be a capable leader for this country? What do you think Kenyans would vote for her?
Personally, I think Martha stood out a lot. She's a lady of character. She has integrity, and she has vision for the country. She was knowledgeable, and the answers she gave were as per the question asked, and she actually portrayed the feelings of the people.
I think she showed a lot of strength, didn't she? She showed a lot of strength.
Yeah,
in
she
her
did.
answers.
She did.
Yeah.
She showed like she looked like she knew what she was saying essentially, and she
Not just knew,
you know,
I think she believed everything.
and she
said.
believed exactly. She was
That's an important fact, because a lot of the answers I heard today were the type of answers that you give to try and be as vague as you can, as diplomatic as you can. Try and pass the answer by as being as vague as you can. Asked about policies, be as vague as you can.
Yes.
She was specific in her opinion about the ICC cases, and opinions about a lot of other things. She was very specific about what
She
about
was
her stance.
absolutely spot on, and so therefore we could see like Mwite, Martha, and Dida, and to some extent they were honest, they were straightforward, they were straight to the point. They said what they felt. It wasn't like a scripted answer, so to speak, like you would have seen in probably the other candidates who spoke. The other ones kind of looked like it was scripted in a way.
It,
You know?
it looked very
Right?
planned.
It
Very
it did.
much looked planned.
But at the same time, guys, we've now got a platform on which to judge our candidates. We as the NDGK are out here to actually try and determine the criteria for good leadership, and we're hoping that you're going to stay tuned and follow us up on this, because we have about 2 weeks to go until we cast our votes. The ballots. So of course we want to be prepared for it. And when we say prepared, it means we don't want to go out there and vote on tribal lines. We don't want to go out there without a consensus to vote against. We don't want to go out there and just blindly vote for someone. A vote is a very important
It's
tool
it's
for
as simple as
democracy.
this. Your vote carries 5 years worth of consequences.
Exactly.
Whatever you choose, you live with it for the next 5 years at least. It's as
Exactly.
simple as that. If you're just going to be flippant with your vote, probably shouldn't vote at all.
Absolutely. And a no vote is a vote. Don't forget.
It is
And
very much a vote.
exactly. So you want to think about it before you vote for a second. You want to think about your future, your son's future, their son's future, because Kenya lives. And Kenya is, as Mr. Kenneth said again, Kenya is above us all. And it's something that we need to realize and recognize as Kenyans, is that no one candidate, no one leader is above the country. The country is above them. So, when you're thinking about voting, we're going to help you determine the criteria for leadership. We're going to take all the good points from the debate, from our own understanding of good leadership, from different texts, Machiavelli, or, et cetera, and we're going to present to you the criteria for leadership 2 weeks before you actually cast your vote, and therefore you are, it's facilitated. You're helped to cast your vote in the right direction, and that is our aim as the NDGK. Anyway, guys, I think we can call this a wrap. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Thanks a lot for listening in and tuning into our third podcast. We will continue this next week, and until then, we will be having another debate on the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. So look forward to that. And until then, guys, do take care and all the best. And remember, God bless you and God bless Kenya.